Hey guys, it's Aaron. Good to see you. I'm liking the outdoor stuff lately, so here we are, outdoors. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Jesus is the only way. It's the only way to heaven. Please accept that free gift from Jesus. I've got all my salvation verses in the description box below. If you want to talk really a lot further with people, you can hop in my Discord. Got lots of awesome people there that can walk you through some salvation. That would be awesome. So the question is, Hosea 6 verse 2. Is that talking about the rapture, or is that talking about the second coming? I'm going to read it to you. I've always struggled with this, but I think I figured it out. And let me know what you guys think. After 2 days, he will revive us, and on the third day, he will raise us up, that we may live before him. Now, again, I'll say it again. After 2 days, he will revive us. On the third day, he will raise us up. And we know that a day is like 1,000 years. That's in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse, I'll get it from my other Bible. Here's my other Bible. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, do not forget this one thing, that with the Lord, 1 day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as 1 day. So we've got this 1 day to 1,000 year thing here. And it's funny because I was talking with Brother John and Brother Ronnie the other day, and we just kind of got on this topic of Hosea 6:2, and it was like a light bulb moment. Well, what is Hosea talking about? Here's my other Bible. I kind of bounce back and forth. My two hard copies is amplified in New King James, and I use King James on the computer, and then I just read it different translations. I'm not whatever. Just read any translation, bounce around, and get to the bottom of it. Hey, that's cool, guys. Okay, Hosea. Well, Hosea, in a nutshell, I won't read everything in Hosea, but in Hosea, right at the beginning, God says, "Go marry a prostitute." Like, what? Go marry a prostitute? So what God was doing was he was trying to use that as an illustration of what Israel did with God. So Hosea is all about, almost the first half of, the whole book is basically saying, you guys are prostitutes. You guys left. You guys are now worshiping Baal. You're doing idolatry. In fact, it says, actually, in Hosea 4:14 here, right in the middle of it, "For the men themselves slip away with prostitutes, and they offer sacrifices with temple prostitutes, who give their bodies in honor of the idol, so that people without understanding stumble and fall and come to ruin." Lots and lots of prostitution stuff, and adultery, and worship of idols. But a lot of times in the Bible, when you see the word fornication, it's actually temple prostitution, when you're using your body to basically worship gods through the acts of sexual activity. And that's what Paul was addressing in 1 Corinthians as well. He was addressing a pagan culture still worshiping other idols and using their bodies in the form of sexual activity to worship other gods. So here we have Israel in idolatry, complete rebellion. They are worshiping Baal. They're worshiping other gods. He's talking directly to Israel. And so we have the context of Israel is the main theme of Hosea, and God trying to use a prostitute in a tangible way. Many of you guys have had marriage issues, and many of you guys have been cheated on, or been the person that cheated, and you know how painful that is. You know how hard that is to go through all that. And so God is using that tangibly in Hosea's life here, and trying to explain to them, this is what Israel has done to me. I've loved them. I've taken them out of Egypt, but they are now worshiping other gods. They're cheating on me, essentially, is what they're doing. So he just explains the whole outline here. But now we go to Hosea 6 verse 2. We get the second day and third day thing. And so this makes complete sense that it's the second coming. But this is good news for us, because God's on a timeline. And so if Jesus died in 30 AD, which a lot of us are speculating and guessing, and as late as 33 AD. But if he died in 30 AD, we got that beautiful 40-year gap between 30 AD and 70 AD, which is perfect. It's just like the sign of Jonah, right? Jesus says that. He says, just like the sign of Jonah is your sign. Well, 3 days in the belly of a whale, 40 days. Well, he was in the earth for 3 days, 3 nights. And then we got 40 Jubilee cycles, right, from the cross. We've talked about that a lot. But Hosea 6:2, it's perfect. If 30 AD is the cross, then that means 2030 is a perfect 2,000 years. And then that becomes the beginning of the third day, because a day is like 1,000 years, right? So that means we're on a time crunch. You minus 7 years because of Jacob's trouble. This isn't called the Gentiles' trouble. It's called Jacob's trouble. I think it's Jeremiah 30 verse 7 is Jacob's trouble. And there's types and shadows. Even Hosea talks about, it references Jacob. It actually has a seal reference in Hosea. It actually talks about the new wine and the oil, just like the seals in the book of Revelation. It's actually a fantastic book. I just read through it, like, whoa, everything just, bing, it all just kind of makes sense. So I really think that, again, Hosea 6 verse 2 is talking about the second coming, and you do the math, it all makes sense that we fly very soon. So please, folks, and Hosea is talking about a relationship. He's talking about a relationship. There's a couple of verses where he says, I want a relationship with you more than the sacrifice. I want your heart. Just like in a marriage, a man and wife, they want just each other's heart, right? It's not like, I don't care if, like, of course it's nice if you do the dishes, but I want to have a loving relationship with you. And that's what God wants with us. He wants a loving relationship with him. He wants to spend eternity with a loving relationship with you. Okay? So this is not just blah, 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 say a bunch of things and then, okay, yeah, I'm good now. It's a relationship. It's a relationship with Jesus. It's a relationship with God. That's what he wants. That's the whole purpose of this all. And so I hope you enter into a relationship with him. It starts off with the basic believing in your heart, and then you move forward into a relationship, just like in a marriage. It takes you 30 seconds to say I do on the altar, and that's the beginning of your relationship. And then after that, you walk forward in a marriage, and you continue to work on it. And that's just what a relationship is. And so that's what he wants with you. He wants a relationship with you. So please enter into a relationship with him. And looks like it's time to go soon, guys. Take it easy. Love you very much. Let me know what you think. Bye.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.